Today I want to talk about Teespring and whether in my eyes it's still a profitable and good platform or not. And to those of you who don't know what Teespring is a platform where you can design and make your own t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, tank tops and all these things. And you basically put them on this platform, and Teespring produces these shirts and whatever when you get enough sales to the product. And in this case, at some point in time, they will ship them out. They do all the fulfillment. They capture the payments of your customers and all these things. So it's basically a pure dropshipping platform, and you only have to make the designs and advertise them. So I remember when Teespring was very, very popular, like 2 or 3 years ago. Right now it is still very popular, of course, and it gets very, very competitive because you have basically hundreds or thousands of shirts for at least for many topics, for many bigger topics. And today I will show you a little bit about Teespring and what I think about this platform. You can see here I have my very old account because I used Teespring I think 2 or 3 times, nothing special. It was I never really got warm with this. But today I will show you a few things about Teespring. And in my opinion, when it comes to Teespring, there are 2 main key success factors when you want to become big in Teespring. And the first thing is you need some really cool, innovative, unique design, because Teespring is full of all these designs where they basically just put some text on a t-shirt and some basic shapes and basic colors, and Teespring is really full of that, and especially Facebook is also full of that. So if you want to become very successful on Teespring, you need to think about the design first, and you have to think more about it than just going to Fiverr and telling someone put this text on there like I'm a hunting fan or something like this and throw it out there, because this will hardly work at all. So first part of the equation is the design itself, and the second part is how you advertise the whole thing. So if you, for example, have a very big Facebook or Instagram page with, let's say, 100,000, 200,000 or more followers, then it might be okay to go with a design that it's not so special and not so unique and not so great, because at least you have basically free advertising. So if you have a large following and you promote this design to your audience, the design doesn't have to be that exceptional. I mean, of course, it would be better if it is, but if it's not, then it's still not such a big problem. But if you don't have one, and if you have to pay for every single click that you send to your Teespring campaign, because obviously you have to do all the marketing that's part of Teespring, then it can get very, very expensive, and you can even make very big losses if you don't have a very good and enticing design. So right here you can see the creation, the product creation tool of Teespring. And as you can see here, I have the basic t-shirt selected, so the basic tees, and then you have different options, American Apparel, Crew, and I don't know. You have tank tops and you have v-neck tees, a lot of different things. And now you can start off, I don't know, putting in some text. I'm a hunting fan. This is a very basic t-shirt and I wouldn't buy it yet. But now you can go on and change the fonts, and you can add outlines right around the text, and you can put in some art, for example, browse some artworks. Oh no, it's not. Well, what I'm doing here, can I somehow go back? Hunting. Okay, let's just say we take this. Let's say we take this deer thing. Damn, I didn't use it for a very long time. So this would be our t-shirt now. Not that desirable, I guess, but you get the idea. So you can basically design your own t-shirt, select different products that you want to put your design onto, and then you also have here on the top different fulfillment locations, US and EU, so depending on where you sell, so that the product doesn't need that long to arrive to the customer. And then here at the bottom you have the base cost at 50 units. So if you produce 50 units of the shirt, one will cost you $14.06. And now you can say sell this. And now you come to the next page where you get your sales goal. And for example, if you sell 50 of these shirts, your estimated profit is around 496. And of course, we can put it up or down. So if you sell, for example, 250 of them, your estimated profit will be 2,500. And the good thing about Teespring is you can change the price of your product. So right now it's $23.99, and let's say you put it to $27.99. In this case, it would be 3,500. Of course, you can also make it very, very cheap and go for the mass. So it costs $13.90. It costs $16.99 if you put it like this. Then you only make close to $3 profit a sale. But of course, the likelihood of someone buying is way higher. Again, this is impossible if you are running, for example, a pure Facebook ad campaign, because maybe you get like 6 clicks or 5 clicks and you have your profit margin eaten away. So Teespring is a great platform if you are creative with your designs, and for example, if you're a designer yourself and you know how to make very, very cool designs. Else you can also go to Freelancer, Upwork, all these platforms, of course, and outsource the process of making a cool design. But you always have to be aware of the fact that the consumer wants something that is quite special. So if you have just a design that is very, very common and that everyone on Teespring has, you have very hard times marketing this, because probably the customer saw this kind of design already and he thinks, well, I'm not paying $22 for this because I can get it everywhere. And the second part is you have to do really exciting advertising. So you really have to go down to your target group. You have to look around for previously successful campaigns on Teespring so that you can get an idea of how they worked. When I worked with Teespring, I first started off with a page post engagement campaign, such as I normally do when I promote my own Shopify stores, and then I got an idea of if my design is somewhat desirable or not. So if I got a lot of likes and some shares and so on, I know that the design itself is quite cool, and maybe either I got some purchases or not, and sometimes if I didn't, maybe the price was wrong or something else was wrong. Many different things can go wrong at this point, but you really have to drill down to your audience and check what they like. And I think the real art in Teespring is to identify a good campaign, but also be able to pull it off and throw it out quickly enough if you don't see any results, because Teespring is really a numbers game. You run on very, very thin margins, and if you don't cut off your ads fast enough because you see no potential in your product, then it is important to do so. So it makes no sense to run ads and ads and ads and maybe lose a few $100 and no one buys your product. So you really have to get a feeling on if the campaign is successful or not, and this is why you start off with some page post engagements and see whether people like it. And then you can scale and try to really drive the conversions. I mean, Teespring has some pretty cool tracking. So for example, why don't I see this right here now? But I think at promotions or something, you can also put in the Facebook pixel and all these things. And it's quite cool. So it's an opportunity if you are pretty creative, but you don't want to, for example, create dozens of designs for your store, or you don't want to make a complete store yourself. So if you're really good at the pure traffic generation part or at the designing part, Teespring may be a good option for you, but you have to be aware of the fact that you have to be really cost efficient and cost effective, because you run on so thin margins that there is not that much room for testing and messing around. So you really have to be good at launching your campaign and identifying whether it is profitable or not in a very short amount of time. So with this being said, try Teespring out if you think this is something for you. Make some really cool designs, advertise them on Facebook or wherever you want. I mean, Facebook is the most commonly used for Teespring, but if you have any questions, just let me know, and good luck with your Teespring t-shirt or hoodie business.